Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity to present our research titled Back-end of Heart Rate Detection System with Early Warning for Patients with Heart Disease. I will be discussing this work in the 11th International Conference on ICT for Smart Society 2024, where we focus on developing a back-end system that detects heart rates and provides early warning for heart disease patients. I am Ahmad Siddiq Rofiuddin and my team Ms. Tin Fabrianti Kusumasari and Mr. Sinung Swakanto. In this presentation, we'll divide into a few sections like introduction, physiological parameter, method of this study, the result, evaluation and discussion, and lastly, the conclusion. There are various factors that can cause death, including heart disease, which is often due to late treatment. Heart disease is caused by narrowing or blockage in the coronary arteries due to accumulation of fat and cholesterol inhibiting blood flow to the heart. So currently there are a wide variety of heart rate monitoring devices available. In previous work, IoT-based monitoring of heart rate and vital signs of the health of patients with heart disease has been carried out, which can show the ability to track body temperature and heart rate. Most devices can only check the pulse rate in real time and cannot continuously store pulse rate data. So, in this research, will integrate the IoT system with a dashboard in the form of a web required by medical personnel and mobile app by patient with heart disease through the API or application programming interface. And the IoT system will retrieve data from sensors installed on the patient, such as heart rate data, oxygen saturation, and body temperature. This data will then be displayed in the form of dashboard. And an early warning system is integrated to detect changes in the patient physiological condition early on so that preventive measures can be taken before the condition worsens. So here we talk about physiological parameter. The physiological parameter used are based on the EWS or early warning system, which consists of blood oxygen saturation, body temperature, and heart rate. The MAX 30 and 100 sensor is used to measure oxygen saturation and heart rate. Meanwhile, the MLX 96 and 14 sensor is used to measure body temperature. The saturation oxygen measures range is usually 70% to 100%, and this range may vary depending on the device design and configuration. The values below 91% are considered critical and require immediate action, and the average is above 96%. For body temperature, the temperature measures range is usually between 0 degree to 50 degree, very low with below 35 degree, and very high is above 39 degree. And for the heart rate, it will give the frequency of a person heartbeat in beats per minute or BPM. Heart rate measures typically range from 30 BPM to 250 BPM, and a very low is below 40 BPM, or with a very high is above 130 BPM. Okay, the next one is we going to discuss about the method. The method, we have two methods. The first one is the system development method. In here we make some technology selection. Technology selection, we use the Laravel framework for back-end development because it is easy to manage the database. Next, the system architecture is designed, which is include the main components such as sensor, microcontrollers, and back-end servers. The sensor development and integration use MAX 30 and 100 to detect heart rate and blood oxygen saturation, and MLX 9614 to measure body temperature. These sensors are integrated with x86 as a microcontroller capable of sending real-time data to the backend server via HTTP protocol. In the next stage, the API development is in charge of receiving data from the microcontroller, processing it, and store it in the database. In addition, the backend is also equipped with an abnormal condition detection feature to provide early warning to user. This alert feature is designed with an EWS or early warning score approach that allows the system to detect small changes in patient health data and send notification quickly. Alright, next is the backend system development flowchart. In here, we configure of the Laravel framework such as set up or setting the database credential, creating models, and migration to communicate with the database, followed by building API endpoint, where API endpoints are developed to handle data received from IoT devices. After the endpoint is created, middleware will handle authentication and ensures API security. So the backend will be deployed by configuring the some server like Nginx, and then after the backend process can run on the server, API will be tested and carried out using tools such as Postman to test the API endpoint and ensure that the API function is going with correctly. The lastly is to integrate the IoT device with the backend, where the IoT device is programmed to send sensor data to the API endpoint that was created earlier. Once the data is sent, the backend will receive, process, and store it in the database. So here we come with the result. The result first, I will show you the monolith architecture. The system architecture is designed to monitor the patient's health condition by accurately measuring heart rate and body temperature and storing the data continuously for further analysis. Illustrate the system architecture depicting the data collection and monitoring process. It begins with the sensor and ends with the data displayed on the web dashboard and mobile app accessible to medical personnel and patients. So next is for the evaluation and discussion based on the table. There is a 5 experiment where we select to provide variation of the task scenarios including different workloads based on the number of virtual users. So or VUS. Each experiment was conducted with increasing VUS to evaluate the system performance under different user load. 5 experiments were considered sufficient to give a representative picture of the system performance without overloading the available resources. In the first experiment, a test was conducted with 10 VUS to see the essential performance of the system. The error rate recorded was 24.94%, and the second experiment with 20 VUS was undertaken to know the system performance under a moderate workload. The error rate recorded was 25.2%, and the third experiment had an error rate of 24.56% with 30 VUS to see the system performance under high workload. The following experiment was tested with 40 VUS to know how the system performance near maximum capacity. The error rate recorded was 34.42%. The last experiment was tested with 50 VUS to see the system can make some performance under maximum workload and identify the failure point or limit of the system. The error rate in the experiment was caused by authentication like 401 unauthorized or system error like 508 loop detected in the 40 VUS and 50 VUS experiment. This error rate indicates the system difficult in handling the maximum workload. Despite the increase in error rate, the total number of requests and requests per second also increased as the number of VUS increased. Okay, now we make it to the conclusion as the last part of this presentation. The study successfully developed an IoT-based system that monitors and stores the heart rate, oxygen saturation, and body temperature in real time with an early warning for heart disease patients. This system overcomes the limitation of previous devices by providing remote monitoring through API integration and web-based dashboard and mobile app. Implementing this system can assist in the early detection of critical condition and enable faster medical intervention, thereby improving the safety of heart disease patient. Okay, that's all from our presentation. I say thank you for all of you that watch this video. Maybe if you have any question, you can ask.